What's up everyone, I'm Noir Thinks Back once again, and today I'm going to talk about the death of the Pokemon hype train. So to tell this story properly, we've got to go all the way back to the 90s when I first got into Pokemon. A lot of the kids in school were talking about it, but I wasn't too sure about it myself until my close circle of friends where I grew up, they all started to get into Pokemon, and I'll be honest with you, I got a little bit of FOMO and I thought I'm going to dip my toes into the water. And boy, what a ride it was, because from that day I was absolutely hooked. I'm talking about TV shows, Game Boy games, cards, cereal. We were eating it up. I mean, literally eating it up in the case of the cereal. But you know what I mean? Anything that you could slap the Pokemon logo on, put Pikachu's face on it, we were having it. It didn't matter what it was. Pinball machines, all the stuff. We absolutely love Pokemon. Up until around we got into those early teenage years and we started to fade out of it a little bit. And it was kind of the perfect storm because our local shop stopped selling Pokemon cards and we were becoming teenagers. We were kind of growing out of it, quote unquote. And then we kind of left it behind, or so I thought. Fast forward about 18 years and then there's a global pandemic. COVID hits, we're all stuck inside. And I can't speak for the rest of the world, but me personally, I started to get really into the things that I used to enjoy when I was a kid. So first came the wrestling figures. I started looking into wrestling figures. How much do they cost? Trying to put back together my collection from when I was a kid. Trying to get the missing pieces of the ones that I didn't have when I was a kid. I did that for a few months and then November rolled around and me and my mates, still that close circle from when I was a kid. We've still got a WhatsApp group and we were just chatting. And Piggy and Rick were both talking about how they were buying modern Pokemon cards and how they were enjoying it and they were getting back into the hobby. Well, FOMO reared its ugly head once again and I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to buy some. And I did. I bought a Vivid Voltage booster box. It was the most recent booster box at the time. And it cost me about 100 and something quid. I thought it's a decent amount of change for something that I'm not really into at the moment. But I want to explore it and I want to see if I'm going to enjoy it. And I'll be honest with you, I feel like I got my money's worth out of that box in terms of my enjoyment. I did that video. It's my first Pokemon video on this channel. It's an interesting one to go back and watch because you can see where I am today to where I am then and the huge gaps I had in my Pokemon knowledge. Then over the next few months after that Vivid Voltage box, I started to do everything I could to land Pokemon cards. Now again, this is in the midst of that huge Pokemon hype. A lot of people credit it to Logan Paul. I don't personally, because Logan Paul didn't have a direct impact on me. But then again, I can't say they didn't have an indirect impact because maybe he did something that made something pop up on Rick and Piggy's news feeds, which then made them collect the cards. I don't know, but he didn't have a direct impact on me. I'd never seen a Logan Paul video in my life up until I got into Pokemon and I thought, you know what? Let's see what the buzz is about. Let's see what he is talking about. And then even then, I wasn't that interested because he was talking about really high-end stuff. Stuff that I do have an interest in, but I can't afford that stuff. I'm not paying $500,000 for a box. Are you kidding me? So I was more focused on YouTubers like Leonhardt and people like that, but really getting into that childhood love of it and not really caring about the monetary value too much. And boy, let me tell you, it was a fun few months. I was going to Asda. I was checking the Pokemon every time I was there. I was making trips to B&M Bargains, a place I never go, but I heard they sell Pokemon cards, so I started to go there. I'd be going to Tesco, checking their Pokemon section. Everywhere I could go, I was checking out for the Pokemon cards. And then I saw a pre-order on either Chaos Cards or Magic Manhouse books for 2 Elite Trainer boxes and 1 booster box, and I thought, you know what? This is a decent price for all 3 all in. I'm going to do it. I ordered it, I waited all that time, and then when it arrived, flop. And this is where I think the death of the Pokemon hype train really happened, because right around the same times as we had Battle Styles land and it was an absolute flop of a set, not only was there no big cards, obviously if there's a Pikachu or a Charizard in a set, it's going to do really well, but there's no real cards in there for a fan like me, someone who was a fan when I was a kid, to look at this set and be like, wow, this is an amazing set. Just before it, we'd had Shining Fates, and Shining Fates was incredible, and has been my favourite ever Pokemon card set because there were so many good-looking cards in the set, so many shinies and stuff like that. Yes, I do understand that it devalues the sets in general, but we'll get to that at another day. But there's just so much in it to enjoy, and I absolutely loved it. And straight off the back of that, we had Battle Styles where there was nothing no redeeming qualities in it for me whatsoever, and it really tanked my personal enthusiasm for it. But let's go back to my friends, because that is why I got into Pokemon in the first place back in the 90s, was them collecting it and me getting FOMO, and that's what's brought me back into the hobby. And then when I'm talking with my mates, I'm saying, you know, oh, this new set's coming out, this new set's coming out, and Stu specifically saying like, oh, I'll be honest with you, probably not going to buy anymore. Battle Styles has just truly done me over, and I just don't have that same joy for it anymore. And him saying that really hit home with me, because I was feeling the same way, but I was trying to remain positive. I was trying to remain, right, let's keep collecting. Chilling Reign's coming out, let's see what that was like. I got a box of that, did an unboxing of that on my channel as well. Oh, by the way, every single pack that I open, I do it on this channel. I want to share that with other people, so go and check that stuff out as well. So yeah, we had Battle Styles, massive flop. We had Chilling Reign, which was a reasonable set, I'll be honest with you, but again, not too great. So 2 back-to-back that wasn't great. And now is it Evolving Skies that is coming out? That actually looks like it is a decent set. I'm looking forward to that one dropping and getting hold of that one. And then you've got the big one coming up, the 25th anniversary set. Now, for everything that I've just said, of the Pokemon hype train dying, especially in the UK, I'm about to contradict myself here, because when I say the Pokemon hype train is dead, I mean right now, in the UK, the hype train is flat. And let's put it down to those 2 sets. We'll put it down to Battle Styles, and we'll put it down to Chilling Reign, because I can go into shops right now and there's loads of Battle Styles on the shelves. There's loads of Battle Styles on the shelves. You can just get all kinds of Battle Style stuff right now in shops. Just walk in there, get them. Never mind going online to Magic Madhouse, Chaos Cards, Manchester Model Shop, all these places. Never mind going to those places where they've also got stock available as well. There's just tons and tons of stuff available. And why? Because people aren't interested anymore. There are 2 other elements as well that really feed into the death of the Pokemon hype train in the UK. And that is, 1, we're starting to come out of lockdown. So, like I said, I started to get into my childhood joys at the start of lockdown. And then that is why I got into Pokemon. If I was working, if I was out of the house every day, I wouldn't have time for it. But being in the house all that time, I had time to do all that stuff. I had expendable income. I was saving, you know, a lot of money just on travelling to work, and never mind your dinners while you're out of the house and all that stuff. But then you start to open things up again. People start going back to the cinema. People start going back to comedy shows, the theatre. That's opening again soon. Start to go to restaurants, bars. You're starting to spend your money elsewhere, so now you don't have all that expendable income to spend on your hobbies anymore. And the third thing is that great set, Shining Fates. My favourite set. There's tons and tons of Shining Fate stock still available in places, because what happened is, because of problems with shipping and COVID and all that stuff, all the Battle Styles, all the Shining Fates got stuck between America and the UK being shipped. So what the Pokemon Company did is he sent loads of stock over on planes so that we could still get it, but that still left loads of stock available coming over on boats. So now we got all that extra stock, and now on the shelves you've got all this great quality set, what I would call, all the Shining Fates, all just sat on shelves. So you've not just got the terrible sets there, but you've also got the good sets there, which people have had the fill of. People have got loads of it, and it's a small set as well. And we've got this overabundance of this small set. The value of the cards inside is dropping, so people just aren't that interested anymore. But where does that leave us from here? Well, we've got to see with Evolving Skies. It's got all the evolutions in it, apparently. Everyone's really excited for that. I'm genuinely excited for this set, to check it out. I will be getting a couple of products, at least the booster box, and we'll see where I go from there. And then the 25th anniversary, I am going to go balls to the walls with that one. I'm going to buy every single product I can get my hands on. If that one, to me, is a flop, then yeah, maybe it's time for me to dip out a little bit more of the Pokemon hobby. But no, I think I'm here to stay. I'll be honest with you, I do think I'm here to stay. Even after Battle Styles was disappointing, even though Chilling Reign was still a little bit disappointing, I'm still really excited for what's to come. And I'm talking about Evolving Skies. I'm talking about the 25th anniversary set. We had the McDonald's sets as well. That was another thing that in the UK put people off, that America got it first and then we got it way after. And by the time we got it here, the hype had dropped off. There was no more hype for that set. a lot of content and a lot of the Pokemon hobby is kind of dictated by Americans, and that's why I wanted to get into it as well. Is I wanted to give a British and English perspective. When I talk about things, I don't talk about it from an American's perspective. I talk about it from an Englishman's perspective, which is ironic, seeing as I have an American flag on my chest right now. But yeah, McDonald's, another good example, another one that I wouldn't call a key contributor to what happened, but it definitely is one of the contributors that America got it so much before us. Then all the hype died down, but while the hype was dying down, we're hearing from America, wow, the quality of the cars aren't good, there's loads of hollow bleed, we're hearing all this kind of stuff, and then they finally drop on our shows, and we're like, well, nobody in the world cares about these anymore. We feel like we're just getting everybody's hand-me-downs. I'm really interested to hear your guys' opinions, because at the moment, I feel like I'm hearing a lot of lazy opinions from the big American YouTubers who A, don't like Logan Paul, B, don't like new people into the hobby, and C, I think they've got a thing about people flipping. I understand that one, but they really use those three things to kind of say, listen, the hobby's dying down because Logan Paul stopped buying cards. The hobby's dying down because all these new people who got in, they're just leaving. The hobby's dying down a little bit because, all the flippers, they can't make money anymore. That might be true. I don't really understand what's going on in America. Your card culture is absolutely off the wall. You lot need to control yourselves a little bit better. You know how it is. In the UK, you don't have that. You don't have people fighting me in the aisles for the last pack of battle styles, because none of us want it. We're fighting each other like, you take it. No, you take it, bro. You take it, lad. No, you take it. Hey, how about we fight each other and leave it here? Yeah, we'll do that. Anything to avoid buying more battle styles. Right, that's enough of me. If you've watched this far, please hit the subscribe button down below, ding the notification bell. That way, every time I do a video, you'll be the first person who hears about it. If you want to hear me do more of these types of videos, where I talk about the state of Pokemon, especially the British state of Pokemon, from the perspective of not one of these jaded guys who's going to look down on you because you've not been collecting for the last 20 years. I'm not going to have the perspective of, this is happening in America and this is how it is. No, that's not how it is. That's just how it is in America. We've got a whole wide world out there, and I want to talk about how it is in Britain, and I'm sure that's going to translate over into how it is in other countries as well. With that, I am out. Thank you very, very much for watching.